Nigeria's military high command Wednesday declared that the Republic of Chad cannot take the glory for Nigeria's war efforts in the 10-year-long insurgency war in the northeast and the Lake Chad basin. He said Nigerian military left a legacy of clinical finishing that restored democratic rule to the then war-torn Sierra Leone and Liberia and would not allow its contributions in the northeast to be whittled down. This is coming as the Nigerian Army (NA) has taken delivery of high-grade armored tanks and artillery trucks purchased by the federal government to boost the war against insurgency. The military argued that the position of Chad was an end game that usually characterizes the end of such a long-running conflict. Speaking Wednesday at a press briefing in Abuja, Coordinator, Director of Defense Media Operations, Major General John Enenche, said officially Nigeria had no issues with Chad with regard to the war against insurgency. The military spoke against the backdrop of the claim by President Idris Deby that Nigeria was not forthcoming in prosecuting the war. The Chadian leader was quoted as saying that his troops occupied some Nigerian territories which should ordinarily be manned by Nigerian troops and concluded that Nigeria was slowing the war effort down. He said these men were stuck, still awaiting any sign of Nigerian forces who could come take over. He does not want to be holding Nigerian territory. He wants to be on the move, the New York Times reported. He said, "We want the Nigerians to come and occupy so we can advance." Deby complained in an interview at his palace last week, saying, "We are wasting time for the benefit of Boko Haram. We can't go any further in Nigeria. We are not an army of occupation," the president reportedly said. But the defense headquarters said Chad cannot take the glory of Nigeria's gallantry and contributions in the ongoing war against insurgency. To say that we are slowing down the war is not true at all. By all mandates, you can go in pursuit of insurgents and criminals for 25 kilometers without consultation. For His Excellency President Deby to say that it is not right, they are playing their part of the game. It is not true, he said. Enenche posited that Nigeria fought in Sierra Leone and other countries where it left a legacy of restoration of democratic rule, and somebody wants to take glory with 30 men. When you are in a situation like this and it is coming to an end, some people will be trying to take the glory. It is a distraction for a military to say, "I am taking the glory. We have done so much there." He said Nigerian military made significant contributions to bring the war to where it is presently. Enenche, in response to a question by this day that officially there was no dispute between the two armies. There is no problem in any way between the Nigeria and Chad in the fight against insurgency in the Lake Chad basin. I wish to state categorically clear that we are in touch with the High Command of the Multinational Joint Task Force, which is operationally responsible for the activities in that area. The MNJTF High Command is headed by a Nigerian, he said. He maintained that the successes or failures of that operation can only be accepted if it comes from the Multinational Joint Task Force. The MJTF is headed by an executive secretary appointed by the four countries that came together to revive the Multinational Joint Task Force, and nobody can claim ignorance of what happens there. Enenche asserted that for His Excellency Chadian President to say that Nigeria is slowing the fight against insurgency is not true at all. What I can say is that they are playing parts of their game, which is their responsibility. Probably he may be expecting more from other sectors. The situation on ground is that they, Chadian and Nigerian troops, are working together perfectly and neatly, everybody in their areas of operation. He affirmed that when they pulled out last year, no vacuum was created. Nigeria did not cry. All they needed to do was to adjust the boundaries and then give responsibility, which was neatly and perfectly done. Meanwhile, troops killed scores of insurgents in Gamboru and Wuj, axis of Borno State. An update issued by DDMO said troops encountered insurgents in 7 gun trucks and killed 2 of them. Their fierce firefight led to the death of 2 terrorists and unconfirmed number were wounded. Additionally, 3 trucks, 2 anti-aircraft guns, 2 AK-47 rifles, an HK-21 rifle, and 1 rocket-propelled grenade tube were abandoned by the terrorists and recovered by the troops. Other items recovered are multi-links 10 1.5 mm ammunition, 2 magazines, and a Bluetooth speaker with Boko members' victory song. So guys, we heard from the Nigerian army. Okay, they are trying to justify, they are trying to tell us, okay, no one should take the glory. You would have taken the glory since you have done the larger part of the distance. Why didn't you finish it? Because they are like, they always say that the end justifies the means. Why didn't you finish it? We know that we Nigerians know what has been happening. You cannot deceive us. You cannot deceive Nigerians. You have been pussyfooty. Nigerians have been crying, change service chiefs, and yet they have not. Let me not just so that it won't be as if we are trying to look down on the soldiers who are always on the field. But the leadership of the Nigerian army, they are the problem that the soldiers who are always on the field, go through. The ones on the field, they go through a lot of things. But those ones that call themselves Oga or what have you know what they are doing. Honestly, it's unfortunate. Now they are saying the Chad or the Chadian president should not take the glory. Why will he not take the glory? Why didn't you? Since you felt that you've done much, now they are saying 30 people will just say they want to, they are taking the glory that they've won the war, they've done this and this and that. Why didn't you finish it? That they are doing their own part of the whole thing. That's a joint whatever. All these excuses are not tenable before Nigerians because you are accountable to Nigerians. Nigeria do not see you in that line because we know what we have been going through. So we don't even need any soothsayer to tell us, you want to tell us that another country wants to take the glory. Of course, they will take the glory because we can see that. We can see the relationship between the Nigerian government, Nigerian army, and these Boko people. So what are we talking about? What are we talking about? With all the whatever that we have, see what is happening. Well, I don't want to talk much. We all know what we know. So all this is a damage control, which is not even, which is not, it's neither here nor there. They are just trying to redeem their faces from this shame they've already put themselves. You can imagine. You said they cannot take the glory because you have done the larger part of the work. That it is normal that because they are part of the joint task force and what have you. In my opinion, it's not tenable. And let's hear what Nigerians are saying. That is my opinion, but let's hear what other people are saying before we ask you guys to comment in the comment section. Someone says the truth must be told. Corruption has finished Nigeria, even in the military. It is shameful, and you are still blowing grammar. The president of Chad, David, took the bull by its own and succeeded. If Nigeria decides to wipe out Boko Haram away of Nigeria, it will take them 1 week. But Nigeria welcome them and make provision for them at Sambisa for rest to stay and plan well how to carry on their daily activities so that nobody will disturb them. So if Chadian government do not take care very soon, Nigeria government will give them serious warning not to disturb Boko Haram again. Let's watch and see. Another says, can you imagine these people, instead of appreciating what their Chadian counterparts did, they are here talking nonsense. Now, what for this country? Do you want to claim Chadian glory? What you are fighting for many years, Chadian did it within some hours. You are just giant for mouth. Why were you not able to rescue your own personnel from the insurgency? Talk more rescuing Nigerians. Yes, you restored democratic government in Sierra Leone and Liberia in the past, but now Nigeria army is as corrupt as virus. There's nothing you can do about it. Chad has taken the glory already. That is it. Our military always giving excuses. When the Chadian army wanted to clear Boko Haram, they didn't make much noise. They just went ahead and cleared them. Meanwhile, Nigeria army has been making noise for 10 years and Boko has been slaughtering our men. Nigeria army should hide its face in shame. Honestly. Honestly. Oh, Chadians will take the glory because you fail to do what is needful. You guys should be ashamed of yourselves. It took you 10 good years to fight BH. Shameless people. Chad will not, how will they not take the glory when every operation in Nigeria military is politics? Head of operation doesn't value the lower ranking. They are after their selfish ambition, but God is watching every one of them, you know. Okay, the chief of army staff came out yesterday and said, oh, do you think it is easy to fight these people within 3 to 4 years? It is not an easy thing. That people just think that you just wipe them away. Oh, that because the people are brainwashed, because people that they have been indoctrinated, it is not an easy thing. They have been indoctrinated. Then how have you been able to coordinate them to, like the ones they said they have repented? Now, how long? But it didn't take you much time. The ones you told us that you have recruited back into the system and into the society, they are still part of your soldiers now. It didn't take you much time for you to be able to do that and bring them back. But it is very easy. It is very difficult for you to crush them within that 10 years for this so long. You are telling us that it is not an easy thing. Now this man is talking about another one. One of their personnel is talking about the Chadian government president should not take the glory. Why would they not take the glory? They've already taken the glory, just like somebody said. They've already taken the glory. So what are we talking about? So guys, let us hear your opinion concerning um what the Nigerian military is saying. Leave your comments and let's have your take.